Hey everybody, welcome back to another phone call with freedom. I am your host, Sarah Jane. Thanks for showing up in my corner of the world where we talk the universe. If you're familiar with my podcast, then you know the last couple podcasts I've kind of brought you all along with me on this journey of working toward actually manifesting my next vehicle. Now, I manifested my first vehicle, but that was really testing my theory. It wasn't about the vehicle. The vehicle was a bonus. It was like, wow, holy smokes, I have this beautiful car, awesome. But it was more about me tapping into what my capabilities are and me finding out what are we truly capable of doing with our realities. You hear all the time that you're the creator of your reality. So I wanted to have a thorough understanding of what does that mean exactly? And if I am the creator of my reality, then I need to know how I'm creating. So these questions led me on a 7-year adventure to the present moment where I have pretty much manifested my entire lifestyle. It's such a wild journey, because what happens when you start embarking on learning about manifestation is you start reconnecting with yourself in other ways. And you realize that it was really never about the materialistic objects. Once you get to a certain point, you realize that it was truly about reconnecting with yourself and finding out where your power lies and finding a new way to create your reality in this lifetime outside of the ways to create that we've been taught. So here I am. I'm in this predicament right now where it's time to move into manifesting a second vehicle. I took a hit on an avenue of income, and my car took a major hit at the same time. Okay, so the reason I'm explaining this is because I want you to understand the situation I'm in so you can apply it to yourself, because even though everybody's situations look different, a lot of the energies are the same, where we feel like we're being squeezed. First thing I want to point out to you, if you're in a situation where you feel like you're being squeezed, or you feel like you're in lack at all, how could you ever find out what your true capabilities are if you weren't in a space that supported you learning how to create differently? So I've dealt with some people that are like, well, you should just go out and get a job and do this or that. It's like, yeah, no, I get that. I know that they represent that logical side of myself. I took that hit on that avenue of income. The first thought that came up was go out, get a job. But then another thought came up too, and it was like, well, what if I didn't do that? What if instead I controlled my thoughts and feelings through this whole situation? What if I didn't jump? What if I didn't try to control the situation? This has been nothing but a mind game. But that is the decision and the path that I decided to embark on. Was I'm not going to save myself out of this. I'm going to open up to the universe, and I'm going to control my thoughts and feelings through the situation, and I'm going to continually energize the end goal. I'm not going to allow what's happening outside of me to throw me off of the end goal. Something I've really learned about manifestation, you never know how. That's a part of the journey, is surrendering and learning to co-create, which means you're working with the universe to a degree as well. So you're doing what you can down here. My job is to think and feel what I want. See it, feel it, think it, put myself there ahead of time, multiple times throughout the day, and then just be. That's my job. Now, the theory that I'm testing is, will this actually provide a result in my life? Most of the time, when somebody takes a hit in their external reality, their thoughts move into this space of everything's going to crash down. So my question is, does everything fall apart because we allow our thoughts to believe that based on what's happening in the external reality? So maybe what's happening externally actually has nothing to do with what's going to happen next. It's how we perceive what's happening and where we put our thoughts and feelings that controls what happens next. So what if everything's falling down around me, I decide to say, well, truthfully, I'm ready for an upgrade anyway. If I'm being real with myself, I'm ready to let go of this car. I'm ready for an upgrade. I deserve it. It's in alignment with my thoughts. I've been growing. My thoughts have been growing. So it makes sense that my external reality would shift to match my growth. This is what I want to share so far. I'm 2 weeks in on hardcore visualizing. I was at the beach last week with some family and friends, and throughout the day, I would sneak away. I would go into the bedroom. I'd go into the bathroom. I'd go out back. I'd go to the beach. I'd go wherever it was I needed to go. I even went to the car one time. And you just take 1 minute. That's all it takes. 1 minute a couple times a day. You close your eyes and you see whatever it is your goal is, and you allow your feelings to be there as if you're currently experiencing it. I've been deconditioning the mind for 7 years now. So I feel like when I'm saying this, it sounds so easy, but the subconscious is really what runs the roost. So it's taken time to get my mind into a space to allow me to sit down, to allow me to trust that this is going to take me somewhere and that my energy is real and that I'm powerful and I'm capable, and it's taken time to get there. So I do want to point that out, that this is a process. Now I'm finally in this place of beginning to get good at it. So what happens? I get pinched by the universe. I realize right then I'm at a crossroads. Either I'm going to be a victim to the circumstance or I'm going to implement my theory. Your thoughts and your feelings create things. I am not going to let the external reality dictate my thoughts and feelings. This whole time I'm at the beach, I'm sneaking off, I'm in this space, I'm getting good now. And because I'm pinched, now I have to do it. So I'm in these little spaces, I'm taking a moment a few times a day, I'm visualizing the vehicle that I want, which I just want to point it out there. It is a Mercedes. It's a 2022 Mercedes AMG GLE 53, if you want to look it up. The reason I'm sharing this is because I'm trying to prove that it doesn't matter what you want, how big it is, how little it is, how bougie it is, how luxurious it is. You can create whatever lifestyle you personally like. So here I am. I'm visualizing multiple times a day. I'm focused on this vehicle, and I'll close my eyes and I see the vehicle parked out right in front of me, the driveway or wherever I'm at. And I'll see myself with the remote in my hand, kind of like unlocking it and locking it and kind of giggling. Walk outside, open the door. What does it smell like? What does it feel like? What color is the leather? I want white exterior, brown interior, right? Like I'm getting as clear as I can, and I'm taking a moment to visualize as if I'm here. I'm here with the car. I have the car. I'm so grateful that this is where I'm at. This is the experience that I'm having, right? So I've been doing that multiple times a day. And that's not the only thing that I'm visualizing. It started with the car, but then I started thinking, well, the car is really not that important, right? Like this is a big materialistic object that I think will absolutely corroborate my theory, which is not really a theory anymore. If you study people like Joe Dispenza and Bruce Lipton and Greg Braden, these are well-known scientists and doctors that have dedicated their lives to assisting the collective in figuring out how we truly work. It really is only happening on a personal basis, one person at a time. You have to start reconstructing your mind. So I began branching out into other visuals. So not only am I visualizing the car, but I'm visualizing my health. I'm visualizing my body, feeling happy and healthy. I'm visualizing my day and how I want my day to go. I'm visualizing my income, driving my new car, heading to the bank, pulling in, going into the bank, cashing that nice check, right? Laughing with the bank teller, thanking them for being there for me, right? Thanking them for being there today and for being a part of my daily journey, and getting back in my car and heading back home, and what kind of song would I listen to and what does that feel like. So I've been doing this due diligently for the main aspects of my life for like 2 weeks, about 2 weeks. This is what I've discovered thus far. I'm beginning to confuse my visuals and my current reality. I'm beginning to confuse them. The other day I said something to somebody and I was like, oh yeah, don't you remember? And then I realized that was in my vision. But it was such a beautiful thing because not only am I confusing my visions with my external reality, but me internally and my external reality are beginning to morph. They're changing and they're becoming more in alignment with each other. I used to have to pull myself to really like work out, you know? It was like, yeah, I like working out, but I don't really like working out. It's not like I'm not like going to the gym and like pumping iron. So I used to have to like pull myself to do moderate workout. But recently in my visuals, I've been visualizing feeling healthy, feeling good, you know, having an allotted amount of money and being in the ebb and flow, doing what I love to do. What does that feel like? What kind of decisions would I make if I was that person? Every day I've woken up and I've walked 30 minutes. Just easy. I wake up. Oh, and I've been oil pulling. I don't know if any of you do oil pulling for your teeth. Of course, I'm all about the natural alternatives. So I've been doing oil pulling. So I've been waking up in the morning. I swig oil in my mouth while I walk for 30 minutes. And this is so funny to me because it's taken, like I've had this goal of making sure I do oil pulling for my teeth and making sure that I'm walking and making sure that I'm being healthy and making sure that I'm choosing me. I've had this goal in my mind for years. And of course, I've had to come through layers. So it's taken time and time and time. But being squeezed and being pinched by the universe was the best thing that could have happened to me. I was never in lack, quote unquote. It may look like I'm in lack, but I wasn't in lack. I was put in the perfect position to be able to find out what my true capabilities are. And I want to share that with everybody else because no matter what you're going through, if you feel like you're in lack, you are not in lack. You are in the perfect position to find out what you're capable of. The perfect position to play with your mind, to allow old thoughts and beliefs to come up to be looked at and cycle them through, let them go, let them transform. This whole time, especially with my vehicle, I keep thinking in my head, okay, I need to have this amount of money to get the vehicle. And then I moved into, I'm going to have this amount of money. I'm going to have this amount of money. And that's a trick too, because you're still in a space where you don't have the money. It's not until you unlock your mind and allow yourself to think you're already there. I have the money. I have the car. I have the health. And of course, there's always going to be room to evolve. That is something else I want to point out. A lot of people, they think, well, if I was in this space, then I'd be able to receive. But I'm not good enough yet. I have to do A, B, and C in order to receive from the universe, in order to manifest. No, no, no. You are divine as you are. Evolution will always be present. There will always be something that you could do to become a better you. That does not affect where you're at right now and the fact that you are still divine in your right to receive. The only thing that you have to do is believe that you're worthy. That does take time, but that's a part of the healing process. Most of us have a deep-seated belief that we are not worthy, we are not capable. So there is some work that has to be done there. There is some spaces within the subconscious mind, within all of us, that have to be picked apart and looked at. You know, just because you've been told you're not worthy does not mean you're not worthy. It's just what you've been told. You're divine at all times. So altering these beliefs are going to help you to play with your mind and to understand manifestation and how it truly works. And you really are the creator of your reality. I'll be extremely excited to get back on here, and I am extremely excited. See, it's a game. I am extremely excited for next week's episode when I pop back on here and I get to tell you all about the way that my car manifested, or the way that this allotted amount of income came in, or the way that my health is just walking beside me now on a regular basis. I'm making healthier decisions for myself. I'm loving myself more. All of this is because of my visuals. And it really only takes a moment. It really only takes a minute, 1 minute, a couple times a day. Of course, the more often you can do it, the faster you speed up the manifestation. But I am really, truly beginning to collapse my old timeline and take what pieces are left that serve me and collide that with my new timeline. And all of this is happening through my visuals first. So no matter what that goal is that you have, see it and feel it for the week. And you can test my theory. I said this in the last podcast episode. I think I said, see and feel yourself generating $100, just $100. See yourself every day going to the bank, depositing the money, what that feels like, coming home, sitting down on the couch and being like, wow, I have that money in my account now. What does that feel like? Thank you guys so much for being here along my journey of manifestation and rewiring my subconscious mind. I wanted to create this space because I believe it's important for people to realize that, A, you're not alone. Everybody's in this space right now where everything's changing. And everybody's like, what the heck is going on, right? There's so much light and so much darkness at the same time on the planet. And it's just a lot. So it's important for everybody to know that you're not alone, that you're loved, you're supported. And my intention for this podcast video was to let you know that you are the creator of your reality. It's just a matter of understanding the subconscious mind and how to get it working for you rather than against you. How to unplug old beliefs that don't serve you and plug in new beliefs that do. And what effect is this going to have in your external reality? That's exactly what I have been dedicating my time and my life at this point into corroborating, is this theory that I am in fact the creator, and I've been moving from a lack of awareness. So I've been creating things that are more harmful for myself than helpful. But now I'm becoming aware of how we truly work. Awareness is truly the key to everything. Knowledge really is power. When you don't know how things work, you're moving the best you can based off the information you have. But if you don't have all the information, then there's a very good chance that you might move in the wrong direction because of a lack of awareness. If you haven't already, make sure that you hop over to my website at innersarah, INNERSARAH.com. Subscribe that way so that you get notified when my book comes out. I sincerely appreciate you being here. I really do. Not only are you supporting me, but you're taking time to support yourself. And that is so, so, so important. Please hear me when I tell you that you are divine. And if you are here and you are hearing this message, it is not a mistake. Let me be the conduit and the messenger from the universe to you to let you know how beautiful you are and that you are seen and that you are heard. I see you, I hear you, and I love you. Thank you for being here to support me as I support you. If you're into card readings, you can check out some of the other videos on my channel. I have a segment called Read with SJ every Monday where we use tarot cards to communicate with the higher self. There's always a good time over there. So if you haven't already checked those out, make sure you do. And of course, if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, please do. It keeps me moving in the right direction. I'm also available on Spotify and SoundCloud. If you are hooked up with either one of those platforms, you can find me over there at Inner Sarah. Otherwise, I'm going to keep on keeping on this week. We're going to continue testing this theory. The visuals are only getting stronger. The emotions are only getting stronger. And my want to visualize is getting stronger because I got to tell you, my inner reality is more fun than my outer reality right now, which is a good thing, I think. Eventually, these are going to morph into one timeline, one reality, one experience. So this is the goal. This is what I'm looking to accomplish, is to quite literally recreate my reality through thought and feeling alone. So I appreciate you being here. I'm excited to check back in next week and see what else we got going on and what kind of victories and steps we've taken. So I'm logging and documenting everything, and I'm just so excited to be here to be able to share it with all of you. And I'm so grateful for all of you taking such an interest, not only in what I'm doing, but in doing this in your own life, okay? Because you really are beautiful and divine, and you deserve a reality that reflects that to you. That being said, I will see you right back here next Wednesday for another phone call with freedom.